Hello everybody. Today I will start with a direct question. Are you aware of yourself? I'm asking this question because today I will talk about two models which are great for self-reflection. One is comfort, stretch and panic zone model, and the other one is compass of shame. When I learned about these models, literally my life had changed. I began to understand how me and also other people operate. As my self-understanding, acceptance and compassion increased, also my self-understanding, compassion and acceptance increased for others. I use these tools literally every day in all areas of my life. When I facilitate, when I act as a mother, wife, daughter, sibling, friend, in whichever situation I am in during my life. So if you would like to learn more about self-reflection tools and would like to get more awareness around yourself, watch this video until the end. So in our daily life, when we relate with others and with ourselves, we visit three zones: comfort zone, stretch zone, and panic zone. In each of these zones, we feel differently, and our level of responding or reacting to a situation changes dramatically. First of all, in the comfort zone is the zone in which things are familiar and easy. You have been in the situation before, you know what to do. And in the second one, in the stretch zone, it is the one in which we are much less comfortable, in which we feel challenged, but in which we are still learning, growing, and listening. Our hearts beat a little faster, we are physically and mentally uncomfortable, but we are still listening to another person and also to ourselves, present and engaging. After hanging out in your stretch zone, your comfort zone expands. The third one, the panic zone, is one in which we are so beyond our stretch zones that we no longer can be fully present in the situation. The panic zone is the moment we stop listening. It only means we are no longer engaged or able to truly listen. Panic zone means we have gone into fight or flight. What situation might be in the comfort zone for one person, might be in stretch zone for another, and might be a panic zone for another person. It is not a comparison here. It's about awareness. And when I understand in which zone I am, and when I am aware of myself, I fully listen and I begin to act in a way which will lead to breakthroughs instead of breakdowns. And also one day you can face with a situation totally from your comfort zone, another day the same situation you can find yourself in your stretch zone, and the other day in your panic zone. So what affects this? Your mood, what you eat, your stress level, your sleep level, many things are changing the zone that we are finding ourselves, and it's totally changing. We are continuously changing from moment to moment. And also, learning does not happen in the comfort zone because we know everything there. And nor in the panic zone because we are not listening, we are not engaging, we are not responding, we are reacting in the panic zone. But learning happens in the stretch zone where we are uncomfortable, but still we are listening, we are engaging, we are in connection. And more we are in our stretch zone, so more we can grow and more we can expand. And in the panic zone, I told about fight and flight axis. And in order to explain what does this mean, I will need to go a bit more in detail to the compass of shame model that I was talking in the beginning. So in the panic zone, basically we do not listen, we do not engage, we cannot connect. We are not responding, so we are reacting. And what we do depends. We can shut ourselves completely, we can distract ourselves with other things, or we can begin to blame another person, or we can begin to blame ourselves. This diagram is what we call the compass of shame. We call the horizontal the fight axis and the vertical the flight axis. On the fight axis, you see two reactions: attack the other and attack self. On the flight axis, we have withdrawal and avoidance. Let's check them all. Attack other. I blame the other person, a group of people, or the situation for everything wrong. I become aggressive and say hurtful words or insults. I point fingers. I do not take responsibility. I judge, I generalize, I criticize. In attack self, I blame myself for the situation. I say things to myself like, I'm not good enough, I always make this mistake, I should never have come here in the first place, I deserve to be in this situation, etc. And in withdrawal, I retreat into myself. I shut off, I freeze, I isolate myself. I may be physically present, but am mentally and emotionally checked out. And in avoidance, I distract myself with other activities like drinking, smoking, eating, working, exercising, watching TV, shopping, playing video games, playing with my phone, Facebook, etc. to avoid the situation I am in. All addictions are a kind of avoidance, but not every avoidance is an addiction. In our day-to-day lives, it could look like me taking up a lot of activities like going to the gym, seeing movies, filling my schedule up with things so as not to deal with the conflict I am in or the situation that is bothering me. So remember, compass of shame is not about responding and dealing with a conflict. It's quite opposite actually. Compass of shame is when you are in your panic zone and you cannot deal with the conflict. You cannot engage, you cannot listen, you cannot be present. And all this comfort zone, stretch zone, panic zone, compass of shame is common for all of us. During the day, we are just traveling around all these places. It's ever changing and we are just passing through these phases. Conflict happens and many times we are unable to really deal with the conflict and we are unable to respond and we are more reacting than responding. So many times, many situations arise just to forgive each other. And if all this information is quite new for you, it can be a bit like, oops, a lot and quite hard to digest, and then once to digest, quite hard to act. But it's really one step at a time. Life is a journey and we are just going through it, and it's about awareness about ourselves and about others and really trying to connect to others and to ourselves. So maybe each moment when you remember, you can try to look and understand in which zone are you at that moment. Are you in your comfort zone, in your stretch zone, in your panic zone? Or if you find yourself, catch yourself in your panic zone, then you can try to understand how you are reacting. Are you withdrawing? Or are you avoiding? Or are you blaming others? Or are you blaming yourself? Do not forget, one step at a time. One step at a time.